Hello everyone. So welcome back. So in this particular lecture, we'll learn what is divided difference and what is Newton's divided difference formula. So you already did Newton's forward interpolation formula and Newton's backward interpolation formula. And after that, we learn Lagrange interpolation formula. Now, what is the difference between forward, backward, and then Lagrange and Newton's divided difference formula? Now, Lagrange formula, Lagrange interpolation formula, and Newton's divided difference formula are comes under unequal intervals, but forward and backward, those two are comes under what? Equal intervals. So the values of x will be same, equal. But here in Lagrange and divided difference formula, we are doing these two, or we are using these two formula for what? Uh, Unequal values. Okay, unequal values, where the values of the difference between two consecutive x are not same. Also, now in Lagrange formula, we have a drawback. Suppose we are finding or we are using Lagrange interpolation formula for one particular value, but if we want to insert some another value, so then we have to recalculate the whole procedure. But in divided difference, it is not like the case. So if we want to insert some another number, so it is easily possible. Okay, just we have to add one more term. Now, before going to Newton's divided difference formula, let us learn what is divided difference. Okay, so we have taken one function y equals to f of x, and then some uh, arguments x naught, x1, and then x2, like this. Suppose xn, and the corresponding entries are y naught, y1, y2, like this. If we write up to nth term, then it will be yn. Now, what is first divided difference? So I think in the very first class you know that what is uh, forward difference operator. No, there also we learn first differences, second differences, third differences. But here we learn what is first divided difference. Then what is second divided difference. So divided what comes here. So the divided difference between two arguments x naught and x1 is denoted like this: x naught comma x1 within this close bracket. Or we can write like this also: x naught comma x1, f of x naught comma x1. Or maybe we can write like this: divided delta x1, and here you have to write f of x naught, or you can write y naught. Okay, so I think this is a little bit easy to write. So what is the formula? It is f of x1 minus f of x naught divided by x1 minus x naught. So what is our f of x1? It is nothing but y1, y1 minus y naught divided by x1 minus x naught. Now, what is x naught? Sorry, x1 comma x naught. So if you write x1 comma x naught, then it will be your y naught minus y1 divided by x naught minus x1. So if we multiply the numerator and denominator by one negative sign, it will become y1 minus y naught divided by x1 minus x1. Now see, both these terms are same. So from here we can say that uh, the first divided difference of x1 x naught and x naught x1 is what? Same. So we can conclude that these divided difference are symmetric. Okay, symmetric. So if you write these arguments first, or in the if you reverse the arguments, then it will remain same. So this is our first divided difference. So if we want to write first divided difference between x1 and x2, then what will be the formula? It will be your y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Similarly, what is first divided difference for x2, x3? So this will be our y3 minus y2 divided by x3 minus x2. So like this, you can write any first divided difference formula taking two arguments. So what is second divided difference? Second divided difference. For second divided difference, we need, suppose, three arguments: x naught, x1, and x2. So what we'll write? We'll write like this: first divided difference between x1, x2 minus first divided difference between x naught, x1, whole thing divided by Now it is x2 minus x naught. Okay, this minus this one jump is there, x2 minus x naught. Since in each step we are dividing something, no? So that's why it is called divided difference. This is not only the difference. See, in numerator we have one difference, denominator also we have difference, but we have to divide, no? So that's why it's called divided difference. So this is what second divided difference between x naught, x1 and x2. So you can write second divided difference by taking some other arguments also. Suppose x1, x2 and what x3. So it will be your x2, x3 minus x1, x2. So divided by, in the numerator now it will be x3 minus what x1. So this is our second divided difference. So in the same way, this third divided difference. Third divided difference. So let us take four arguments, x0, x1, x2, and then what? x3. Okay. So it will be your second divided difference between x1, x2, x3 minus second divided difference for the arguments x0, x1, x2, whole thing divided by, now there will be two jump. Okay. It will be your x3 minus x0. So when you do some examples, then you'll understand how to make those divided difference table. It is a little bit different from normal forward difference table. Okay. So with using this divided difference, so now we'll try to learn what is Newton's divided difference formula, and later we'll prove also or prove it also. So here we have taken one function y equals to f of x, and then some arguments x naught, x1, x2. So these are not necessarily what equally spaced. Like in Lagrange formula also, here that these x are not what equally spaced. So the corresponding values of entries are y naught, y1, y2, and then what yn. Now what the formula says, y, or you can write f of x. So on the right hand side, okay, on the right hand side, what is the first factor? It's x minus x naught. Okay, x minus x naught into, so here there will be one more term, y naught plus y naught plus x minus x naught. See, if we are writing one factor, then first divided difference. If we are writing two factor, then second divided difference. In the same way, if we write three factor, then it will be a third divided difference. So in the last term, we are writing how many factors? In the last term, we are writing n factors. Okay, we are writing n factors. So it will be your n minus 1. Okay. So if we are writing n factors, so this is your nth divided difference. Okay, nth divided difference. So initially, when you look at the formula, so just like Lagrange, it looks a little bit big, but if you read it or if you remember it technically, then see it's very simple. First term is y naught, then what I said, one factor x minus x naught, then first divided difference. Two factor, second divided difference, and in all the divided difference, it will start from what x naught, see x naught, then again x naught. Okay, all the first terms are what x naught. So let us prove it. So proof is also very simple. So let us first take the first divided difference between x and x naught. So we have to take x because the function is y equals to f of x. So we need one variable x. And with this, we have taken the first argument x naught. So what will be the formula? F of x. F of x means y minus. Yeah, initially we have to write the second term first, but what I said, these are symmetric. So you can write y first, y minus y naught divided by what? It will be your x minus x naught. Or you can write in the reverse way also. Y naught minus y divided by x naught minus x. All will be same. Now if you cross multiply it, what will get? Y minus y naught will be your x minus x naught and then x comma x naught. So let us take y naught on the right hand side. So it will be your y naught plus x minus x naught and then first divided difference between x and x naught. So let it be equation number 1. So this term, no, we'll try to find this particular term x naught, because you see in the formula in the formula, this term, this is not x naught. The first term is what? X naught x1. So we have to replace, or we have to find this particular first difference, x naught. So for this, what we will do, now we'll write the second divided difference for x naught, and then x naught and x1. So what will be the formula? X naught minus x naught x1 divided by, so since we are writing x first, so it will be not x1 minus x naught, x1 minus x, it will be our x minus x1. Since they are symmetric, so you can write like this also. Okay. So again, cross multiply it. So if we cross multiply it, we will get x naught minus x naught x1. Then on the right hand side, we have x minus x1. With this, the second difference will come x naught and then x1. Okay. So again, let us take this particular term on the right hand side, x naught x1 plus x minus x1, then x naught x1. Now you see the last term of equation 1 is what? Exactly same as this particular term, right? So we can put, let it be equation number 2. Okay, we can put the left hand side of equation 2 in equation number 1, because they are same, no? X, first difference between x and x naught. So this particular term, putting the value of x comma x naught in equation 1. So if we put this particular value, what the equation 1 will become now? Our equation 1 becomes, left hand side is what? Y. First term of right hand side is y naught plus. Then what we have, you see, if we put here the last term, so there is one factor x minus x naught, and then we have to put these values. Okay, now we'll put the value of x naught. So that is our x naught x1 plus x minus x1, then x naught x1. So what we did here, we are putting the value of x naught from equation 2 in equation number 1. Okay, so you'll better understand if you do together. Suppose yeah, after, so just first you understand 3-4 lines, and then you parallelly do it, then you see that it looks very simple. Now let us break it. Y naught, then x minus x naught, then x naught x1 plus x minus x naught, x minus x1, and then x naught x1. So this is the first term in the formula y naught. If you still remember the formula, you see what is the formula. The first term is y naught. Then the second term is x minus x naught into the first difference x naught x1. So you already got this first two term, x minus x naught, then first difference of x naught x1. Then we have what? 2 factor. So for 2 factor, we have second difference, but in the formula x is not there. Okay, it should be x naught x1 and x2. So what we'll do now, in the same way, now we'll go for x naught x1 and x2. So this will be your x naught x1 minus x naught x1 x2 divided by, it is your x minus x2. So again we will what? Again we'll do cross multiplication. Okay, so the cross multiplication thing you do, we cross multiply it. So from cross multiplication, what value we'll get? So after cross multiplication, this equation is equation number 3. Okay, this is equation number 3. So if we do cross multiplication, now what will we get? X naught x1, this equals to your x naught x1 x2 plus x minus x2, then x naught, x1, x2. Now if you observe it carefully, now the left hand side of equation, suppose this is equation 4, left hand side of equation 4 is exactly same as the last term of equation 3. So in the same process, we'll put this particular value in equation number 3. Okay, you just put it, and after putting, what you will get? Putting the value of x, x naught, x1 in equation 3. So if you put it, no, is y equal to, first term is y naught, then your second term is x minus x naught, then x naught, x1. After that, what comes if you put it? After putting, our next term will be x minus x naught, x minus x1, and then it is x naught, x1, x2. So in the proof, our third term is like this. So this is also will get. Then after that, x minus x naught, x minus x1, x minus x2, and then with this x, x naught, x1, x2. So now we'll write what? Fourth order difference. So in the same way, we'll what? Keep continuing it. Find one value and put in the previous equation. So if we continue this process, so proceeding in this manner, so finally we'll get the formula y equals to y naught. Then what is the first factor? One factor with first difference, right? This is how we remember. Then two factor with second difference, x naught, x1, x2, plus, so in the same way, what is the last term? N factor, x minus, this is your x naught, okay? So x minus x naught, x minus x1, then x minus x, n minus 1, then with this we have x naught, x1, dot 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 what? Xn. This is your x1, okay? So the formula we'll get. So it's very easy. See, use first difference, cross multiply it, we'll get equation number 1. Use the second divided difference, cross multiply it, put the value in equation number, put the value from equation 2 in equation number 1, you will get idea. Then after that, you can, in the same way, you can write the last formula also. Now let us do one example. So one table is given with the 4 arguments and 4 entries. First, we have to find the polynomial f of x, and from the polynomial, we have to find f of 2 and what? F dash of 0. So here the table will be a little bit different. It will be a little bit different because in forward and backward interpolation formula, we made difference table. But here we have to make what? Divided difference table, because you see the arguments, no, they are not equidistant. First is 0, 1, difference is 1. Then 1, 2, again the difference is 1. But the third one is 1 and 2 and 5. So difference is 3. So they are not equispaced. So since they are not equispaced, so we cannot make difference table. We will make what? Divided difference table. Okay. So let us make it 0, 1, 2, and then what? 5. Then our f of x, or you can write y. So the values are 2, 3, 12, 147. So the first divided difference table is, you can denote it like this, delta y, or you can write delta. So this is divided delta, okay? Divided delta y, or you can write divided delta f of x. So now there is a difference, right? This is how much? What is the formula? y1 minus y2 divided by what? x1 minus, sorry, is y1 minus y0 minus y0 divided by x1 minus x1. But in divided difference, sorry, in difference table, we just write y1 minus y0. Okay, no need to no need to divide it with x1 minus x1. So here the table is a little bit different. So how much it is? After calculation, you will get 3 minus 2 is 1, 1 by 1. So it is how much? 1. So this is our 1. Next, how will find 12. Now y2 minus y1. divided by what? X2 minus X1. Okay. Is it clear? Like this, we'll find all the numbers. We have to divide in each and every step. So how much it is? 12 minus 3 is 9. 9 divided by 1. It is your 9. Then y3. y3 minus y2 divided by x3 minus x2. So after calculation, you will get 45. Now let us make the second divided difference table, delta square y. So now how much it is? It will be your 9 minus 1 divided by, you remember there is one jump, na? It is now x2 minus x0. Okay, x2 minus x0. Then it is 45 minus 9 divided by y3 minus x3. x3 minus x1. So it will be your 9. Then the third divided difference table. So here it is 9 minus 4 divided by what? X3 minus x0. So it is 5 minus 0. How much it is? 1. So this term is your y0. This particular term is your delta x0 x1. This term is your delta x0 x1 x2, and the final one, no, this is our x0 x1 x2 and x3. Okay, and other values we know, so just you have to put it. So by Newton's divided difference formula. Okay, so y, or you can write f of x. So what is the first term? Y0 plus x minus x0 into x0 x1. It's already there in the table. Then x minus x0, x minus x1. We have x0 x1 x2, and one more term, x minus x0, x minus x1, x minus, sorry, x minus x2, and then x0 x1 x2 x3. Okay, so except x is a variable, except x, all the values are given in the table. So y0 is how much you see? Y0 is 2. Okay, so what is x0 is also there. X0 is 0, x1 is 1, x2 is 2, x3 is what? 5. So each and every value you know, you just have to put all the values here. Okay, so after putting, you do the calculation, and we'll get a polynomial in terms of x, because x is unknown, right? So you will get x here, x cube plus x square, and then minus x plus 2. So after putting all the values except x, we'll get this particular polynomial. So first you have to find this polynomial, right? It is given, find the polynomial. Then we have to find f of 2. Okay, so f of 2, what to do? Just simple, in place of x, you just put 2. After putting 2, it will get what? 12. Also, we need to find f dash of 0. So for that, just differentiate it, f dash of x. So this is our 3x squared plus twice x minus 1. Then what is our f dash of 0? F dash of 0 is how much? Minus 1. Okay, so it's very simple. Suppose in some exam, one problem comes with a unequal interval and nothing is mentioned, then either Lagrange formula or divided difference formula, anyone you can use. But if it is specifically mentioned, then by using this particular formula you have to do it. Then you have to add the formula which is already given there. Okay. So I hope you have a better idea now of Newton's divided difference formula. What is divided difference? So thank you for watching.